Welcome. Welcome. Feedback stream 92. You know we're getting it done. My face looks over here. I'm gonna put my face a little bit right here. It's time. We have about like 15 submissions of here. If you ever want to submit your track for feedback, enter my Discord in the description and submit yours in the hashtag live WIP feedback section. It's a very good section. We are going to go ahead and check out who the first submission is and get started. First submission is going to be by Hellboy X3, the devil himself, WIP. Let's get it done.
Devil himself. The devil himself.
Oh, stanky leg. Oh, wait. Oh, back. All right, that's the devil himself by Hellboy X3. You know what it is and what it ain't. You know, we had some pretty decent ambience and vibes. The soundscape was nice at the beginning. But as soon as you started teasing the drop bass, it started to sound off time and a little bit abrasive, a little bit too loud. And once we got to the drop, the whole timing and the transition from build up to drop felt a little bit off. So the energy is pretty low energy, unfortunately. And there's some sections that are empty, missing basses. So we're going to re-listen to this real quick.
Must be the devil himself.
Yeah, just lack of sub, you know, the low frequencies are really important to sub bass. So we just need a lot of sub bass going in here. There's a lot of big spaces with sub. And when we get the sub, it's kind of weak too.
Be the devil himself.
It just sounds empty, not full. If you start filling the frequency spectrum, lows, mids, highs, and really make sure that you pay attention to that sub bass. -8 LUFS on the sub, make it big. Add saturation to add harmonics to the sub, and use it more with the flow. Yeah, and the overall just flow, it just starts to degrade over time. It decreases in energy over time. So you work on more flow, more call and response, proper structure and phrasing. It's going to help a lot with increasing energy in your drop so that, you know, people are going to be dancing harder, dancing more, and it will match the cool darkness of your intro. Because it's good. You did good building it up. It's always nice to see. Yo, what up, everybody? I am in the chat right now. Abbey Studios, what's good? Cherry Rain, what it do? Roses, what's good, man? Jar Jar Stanks, dropping the Discord in the chat. Thank you for that. Remember, guys, join the Discord if you want to submit your own song. You know what it is. DJ BWU2, Mo Farms, what it do? We're going to go on and head on to the next submission here. This is actually Citadel. We need to check if he resubmitted it. It was a broken link when I went to it. We don't got it yet. So we're going to skip on to Ezco, Night Jungle. Run that thing. You're tuned in to 99.9 Dripment Radio. Brought to you by what you got.
Let's go!
Tuned in. Good shit, man. That was nice. Good piece of art. You love to see it as coming in. That's a little tear out guns thing, you know. Pretty good energy, man, and good songwriting, great composition. We have some nice vibes, you know, lots of atmospheres, ambiences, the good energy with the vocal buildup, you know. The first drop, it sounds a little bit like muffled, you know, not as bright, not as clear as it should be. And I think it's just a lack of compression. The guns sound like they're not having their high frequencies fully bust out and be prominent in the mix. So it sounds a bit like it sounds like there's more energy in there left and we're not bringing it out because the high frequencies are not spread out. Let's look into this. Yeah, and there's more focus, you know, on the low mids. It's starting to build up a lot from 100 to 300 hertz, which is where all the mud lives. So the louder we get, the more muddier it gets. So we're in a sensitive area right here. But sounding a little bit muddy, sounds like there needs to be a little bit more compression to really pull out all these existing frequencies and make sure that things are balanced and the high frequencies are shining, you know. Also, you could really increase energy by adding more breaks and fills. The gun's going often. These little things, that's kind of the only break we have. So we just need more breaks, you know, half bar or full bar fills. And lastly, very important, the drums are very, very weak, and this is causing a huge disruption in flow, groove, energy in the whole mix. Even though the sound design and guns are good, if you don't have good drums, that's going to be a huge problem. We want these drums, the kick and the snare specifically, to be as powerful and as big as that gun. This is a kick. Little snare. These are little baby kicks and baby snares. It should never be like this in a genre that's this, powerful. So bump up those kicks, bump up the drums. Sample choice is very important. Make sure things are just at 0. You don't need to turn things down. If anything, you need to turn things up. Use saturation. Use the drum bus audio effect. It's magic. Okay. Just get it done. Get it done. Transient shapers too will help. Just big, punchy, beefy roast beef sandwiches. Plain and simple. All right. Good job. Oh yeah, and I was going to say great flow, good flow. You're doing good on the flow, on the overall guns. Nicely done. Up next, it is Flow Not. We got the one and only Sleepy Pep. Trying to get fat mix like rhythm's supposed to hit. Not sure if I'm... Wait, did I read that right? Trying to get fat mix like rhythm's supposed to hit. No, we read it right. Not sure if I'm lacking with layers or mixing or just have too many clashing frequencies. I think the mix is okay, but I don't really use rhythm samples. Not sure how to bust it up. Second drop is quickly thrown together. Going to change it up a lot more. Interesting one. Let's get it done. Flow Not. Yeah, it's a pretty dope name. Run it. Macaroni. Go. Pepperoni. Go. Sandwiches. Oh, damn, dude. That was pretty fucking good. You kind of flexed on us right there. God, that ending, the way you built it up and kind of just like felt so classy. Dude, this is awesome, man. The rhythmic foundation of everything, the amount of percussion that you're using, the amount of dance that I can get just from the rhythm of the song is amazing. And then on top of that, you're adding so much bounce and groove with the way you're chopping up the basses and see the dynamics. When we're going from loud to quiet, this is really good dynamics. These are really big, fast dynamic shifts that are happening in the mix, which is adding a fuckload of energy, a lot of impact. And the songwriting is good. Like all the notes that we're hitting in the scale, everything sounds proper, and it's just really cool, very unique. I've never really danced or felt something like this. It's quite impressive, honestly. And, you know, the subtle changes that you're making, the subtle percussion changes and new movements and things that you add to increase energy over time is working. Someone who just listens to this for the first time can tell that this is fresh and new, and it keeps going, which is good. Remember, if you listen to your song a billion times over and over and over again, you yourself will be getting tired of your own song, and you're going to think it sounds repetitive, or you're going to think you need to change things, but less is more for real. Try to take a step back, listen as an audience member, try to put yourself in the shoes as listening for the first time, and it will help a lot. The only thing I really think that could happen is in the second drop, you can change the tone or the pitch in your main bass, because we're getting used to the tone and the timbre from the first drop. And in the second drop, it doesn't feel as new and fresh as it did in the first, but you can simply change the pitch or the tone of that bass, and it'll go into a direction where we get surprised again. And I think the overall thing would be very good, very cool, very unique. I am pleasantly surprised. Good job with the Sleepy Pep. Up next, we got Etheric. Wait, hold on. Let me just double check. I went. If I'm liking layers of mixing, you didn't have any clashing frequencies. Everything sounded good. The mix was clean. Rhythm samples, not sure how to bust it up. Second drop is quickly, so you're going to change it up a lot more. Okay, perfect. So you already know about the second drop. Yeah, dude, you're about to get it. And your mix was nice and fat. It was -5 LUFS. It was really loud and clean and good. The only thing that you need to know is check your sub. Make sure you see your sub is at least around -8 LUFS. That's a really good spot to be for the sub to hit fat everywhere. And make sure your sub has harmonics so it could cut through iPhone speakers and MacBook Pro speakers, stuff that doesn't have a sub. Oof. A subwoof. All right, cool. Up next, Etheric, Skyline. My first dubstep song, been producing on and off for about a year, but this is my first attempt at a dubsteppy, experimentally bass type track. All right, we got it. Run it. Skyline.
All the places and times you were there. Calling my name, spit it out, nothing left here. The blame to see you're wearing, and the pain and defeat we're sharing.
Whoa. That was pretty dang trippy, I must say right now. A little bit of psychedelic vibes. I'm feeling myself at a festival, just like, gone, kind of floating into space. Lots of vibes here. Unfortunately, though, it is all over the place with the timing. We're off time a lot. And this is probably the most important, most critical thing that we do in music is make sure we're on time. I mean, that's so important. Like, think of it with music. I mean, with DJing, that's the first and only thing we really learn is how to just stay on time and beat match and keep things on time. It's super important with production. There's many sections in this where things are getting off time. And I think it's because of the background, like melodic ARP thing that's going pretty fast. It's just moving off time with everything, like the vocals and the drums. You're creating some nice soundscapes, some really deep, luscious chords that add a lot of emotion and a lot of feeling, and it feels really good. But if the timing's off, we're not going to be able to listen to this song. Not even the regular audience member, like a person who doesn't know music, they'll still be able to know that this is off time. They can feel it. They won't understand what's happening, but people can feel this. We just need to make sure everything is double checked. All your melodies, your instruments, your drums, your vocals. Use this metronome up top here. It's your time guideline, basically. Make sure everything's on time. The overall just like movement, like the way the vocals going, the way your chords are going, you're having this really good breathing movement going on. So things feel good when the timing feels good. And this new bass in the back, later half, is very dry. You can tell that you're not really sound designing in a way where you're filling the frequency spectrum. If you fill up lows, mids, highs, and have them in harmony with your bass, it will work very well. And the bass is dry. You want some reverb on it, and you want to turn it down, put it behind in the mix. Also, there's sections like this that are very random. Just random buildups. So there's a lot of just random phrasing and timing errors that are going on here. So you got to practice song arrangement, composition, phrasing, understanding 4-bar, 8-bar, 16-bar, 32-bar loops so that you can make things proper in time for your whole composition as well. Lots of timing issues, okay? That's the main theme here. So if you have any questions about any of this, hit me up. I can help you. Remember, guys, I do lessons all the time, basically every day. So I can teach you directly and show you exactly how to fix things super quickly and help you skip years in trying to learn all this complex, complicated stuff. But yeah, I know, I feel the soul in that. I know that you have great ideas and you just got to dial in, lock in. You got that? No problem. Good job. That was Skyline by Etheric. Next up, we got Eek Beats. Version 2. He said version 1 wasn't good enough. Version 2 is better. Okay, where is it? Damn, it's all the way at the bottom. Gotta put them in, gotta lock them in. Loaded. Eek Beats. live shows. I say, Mo Farm says, thank you. I think I have that downloaded. Wait, what? Ozone. Psychonaut, we have closed submissions. Please submit it for next submission. We only let in a limited amount. You're tuned in at 99.9 Vibe. Let's go. Hey. Aha. Yeah. La ha 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 ha. Yeah ha ha ha. Yo, Lizzie once told me that the only thing that matters is eyes. And I said, fool, what? Eyeballs are only good for two things. That's sight and eyes. Lindsay told me otherwise. Go. Laughing on the track. That do that. That ain't right. Yeah. Laughing all day, yeah. Laughing all day, yeah. Laughing all day. Oh yeah, do that. Ableton on the track. Ableton, do that. Ha 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 ha. You said the ha 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 ha, and I said the ha 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 ha. Oh good. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The laughter of the one. Eek beats. All right, that was a journey. That was an adventure, I must say. To tell you the truth, honestly, I mean, the only reason why I'm rapping on this track is because it's for my sanity, honestly, because it's so repetitive and it sounds like an instrumental. Remember, beats and instrumentals are meant for someone to get on, or like synth lead. A synth lead or a vocal lead has to get on this so that it feels like there's a conversation happening. Otherwise, it just feels like a beat, which this does. And on top of it, the beat's very repetitive. It has some a build-up section that it seems like it doesn't need to be there. I thought it was about to drop, and then it didn't drop. So it feels like this is extra almost. Yeah, definitely right there. It's like a second build-up. The energy transition there has been disrupted completely. You're building energy. We think something big's about to happen, and then boom, it just doesn't happen. And then we have to restart back down, and it's just not the same energy that we had before. So we need those transitions to not to happen. We need clean, nice transitions from phrase to phrase. It's going to be important, you know. This almost feels like a stomp, like a militant stomp or a militant march, the Imperial March, you know. Boom, like 1, 2, 3. It's very robotic dancing feeling here. The percussion here in the background is pretty sick. If you start chopping that up, it will start to add groove and bounce to this whole robotic flow that's going on. Right now, it's just constantly going. But chopping that up would be enough to start adding more groove and movement and flow within the whole drop, you know? But yeah, this is fair. This is fair. He 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 he. Version 2. Also, yeah, the sample too is kind of like the opposite vibe of the feeling that you're getting from the song. So if you start to just imagine putting in some Star Wars samples or like some crazy samples where lots of energy is made, big marches, stomps, big drums, big effects, it will make a huge difference. And people have a fun time, you know. Everyone's here to just have a fun time, a good time, every time. Good job, though, man. Good job. Good job. Eek Beats. He. Version 2. That is a guy, Halloween guy. Next, up in line, we have Flipper with IDEC anymore. We have a nice cover art here. Funny Flipper. We got a little flipping guy, a little pirate flipping Mr. Flipperton the third. Let's go.
That's the sound of the police.
Oh, not as I did
That's
that.
the sound of the beast. That's the sound of the police.
Yeah, we're the purple one right now.
That's the sound of the
Oh, Flipper.
Check this.
Oh. That is the sound of the popo. That is the sound of the popo. Undoubtedly the sound of the popo. State Trooper.
That's the sound of the police. That's the sound of the beast.
Sir, Dr. Sir Flippington the third, what do you have to
That's the
say?
sound of the
Lord, you're tuned into 99.9.
check this.
Lord have mercy. Absolutely stunning. God, man, the way you arrange your frequencies, the mix is very clean, very loud, very bright, very clear. Your flows are insane. Your sampling is great. I mean, just throwing in these recognizable old samples really hooks us in, and then you just take us to a whole new direction with your drop, and it's so new and fresh and clean. And you have great flow, great energy. I didn't look at the LUFs or anything. I was so into the song. We're just gonna double check real quick. Yeah, we have a really good, nice, loud sounding professional mix, -6 LUFs. And look at this, just nice, clean stereo image, very strong mono presence. If we did a test in mono to ensure club safety and festival safety, you can see we're sounding good to go. So this is just, this is just Flipper just going on full flex mode with the sound of the police. Good job. I would just say release that track so the world can listen to this amazing stuff, man. Good job. Whew. Flipper's been going hard lately, man. I'll tell you what right now. Herbivore. Up next. He said, uploaded the wrong file earlier. The right one. I just downloaded it very, very recently, so I should have the right one in the trenches. Herbivore. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh. That is In the Trenches by Herbivore. Wow, that was fairly decent, you know what I'm saying? Nice little rhythm function time, little trench rhythm, I suppose you're referring to with the Trenches title. But nevertheless, the song is fairly decent. It's not like this huge rhythm masterpiece or like this huge festival banger, because there's some things that just sound off and their energy levels are a little bit lower than they could be. They could be a lot higher with how you have the flows going. So second drop, by the way, much better flow than the first drop. The way you're transitioning from phrase to phrase, changing it up, you're increasing the energy, people are getting surprised, things are nice. But there's a common pattern of a lack of dynamics here. So when we're hearing these sounds over and over and over and over and over again, our ears are getting adjusted to the loud, powerful basses continuously playing. And if we don't take a break from them, then we get used to the power. We get used to how loud it is, and things just become less interesting. But if you, in certain sections, create silence and create a fill section for like just a vocal or just a drum fill, we can go back and forth between the super powerful, loud song, take a break, we go almost to silent, and then boom, we get hit back with that loud sound, which now feels new and fresh because of the silence. This is dynamics. These dynamic shifts between loud to quiet are going to be really important. You have decent dynamics with your bass. You see this from loud to quiet. But we're talking about now dynamics in the full mix, because after 16 or 32 bars of the drop, things, our ears start to get strained and energy levels can be increased with simple little things like breaks or fills. Second drop also needs those dynamics. Remember, call and response. 4 bars, right on the beginning of the drop, call, response, fill. That fill at the end is meant to be that silent, to be that dynamic shift. So you would just repeat that 4 bars, or maybe you make an 8-bar call and response, and the fill would be at the end. Many different combinations. We just need proper phrasing, proper breaks, proper fills, and it's going to be nice. Okay, so I need you to listen to this, because your main basses, your main rhythm square basses, they sound very spread out and almost too wide. We're going to test it in mono real quick. Yeah, so just listen in mono. Sounds very washed out, drowned in the effects. We don't have a strong, dry mono presence for us to really get down to. That's the signal that will be up front in our face. And it'll be right there with the sub. It'll be chilling in harmony. And then all this other washed out, wet, good bass is going to be supporting it and covering the rest of the mix. Remember, we want it to sound good in the clubs and festivals, so that's priority. It doesn't matter if it sounds good on people's goddamn AirPod Max. We need the clubs to be bumping the shit. Most importantly, we want DJs to be DJing this, spreading the music to the masses so that people can get to know who we are and love our music. And it's going to help you, start touring yourself. So, with that in mind, we're going to compare your basses to this new bass that you added in this section and listen to the difference in just how upfront in your face it is. So this new bass that's come here, So you hear that new bass coming in. That is louder and clearer than your main bass, which is an issue. And that's a section where I can obviously tell something's going on with the mix, where our main bass, the main star of the show, is not highlighted fully. It's not up front and in there. Plus, this one's auto panning to the left and the right. So even this won't bust down well in mono. Once we put it in mono, you can barely hear it. So yeah, the phasers, the flangers, the vocoders, those are the things that are making the rhythm bass wet. So we got to figure out a way to have a signal that doesn't have those on, or has it on a lot less, so that we can start pulling it up and getting things louder for that bass. We just want it to stand out, you know. It's a good guy. It's a nice guy. That was good though. Good job. Very nice. Very nice. Herbivore in the trenches. I need to take one break. Let me turn my heater off and use the restroom. 1 second. I will be right back. Seven-day suspension for Lazy. 7-day suspension. Up next in line, we have Goat Dubs. Goat Dubs decided to do what the one was told not to do, and that is remix David Guetta. Sexy chick specifically. Ooh, use a sexy chick. What will Goat Dubs do with this? We don't know. We're going to see it right now. Lazy cannot do wubs for 7 days, and Goat Dubs is coming in with the haze. Go. Sorry.
She's nothing like a girl you've never seen before. Nothing you can compare to your neighborhood bros. I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. The way that booty moving, I can't take no more. At the been like a girl you never seen before. Nothing you can compare to your neighborhood boo. I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. The way that booty moving, I can't take no more. That's just not what I'm doing, so I can pull her close. I'm trying to find the words to describe this girl without being disrespectful. Damn girl.
She's nothing like a. A rather solid submission from the one and only GOAT Dubs. That song brings out, just rather extravagant pastimes. Good memories. It's been remixed so much, but yours is definitely very unique and very heavy. I love this type of sound, like overly distorted, overly compressed, heavy rhythm. You know what I'm saying? This has really nice melodic elements to it that really tie well in with the original track. So the cohesion is just great. You have good flow. But unfortunately, we need to do something and we need to talk about something, and it's called balancing the brick. So we can only go so far with over compressing and clipping and pushing things to the max, because eventually we're going to get to the point where it's just literally a wall of noise. And this isn't the best thing. We need to preserve dynamics. We need to have we need to preserve as much dynamics as possible while still getting as heavy and getting this distorted, crunchy clipping sound. But right now, it's too much, and it may be the sub that's making it too much. Usually when a sub is too loud, it'll overpower all the other frequencies, and it's just like an untamed beast that needs to be tamed. I like to analyze a lot of reference tracks to see how loud they'll get their subs, and around -8 LUFS is usually a sweet spot where the sub isn't too loud to overpower the mix, but it's also still very loud. That's where we want to be. Right now we're kind of getting that. So we're going to do a test real quick just to see how loud the sub is. Overall, I do really like this song though, but we just got to make sure that, we have as much clarity and cleanliness as possible. We don't want things to sound muddy. We don't want the frequencies to feel like they're being competed with. So we're going to test the subs LUFS right here. Look at that. See, it looks good. So this is the test that I want to do, because I want to see if the sub is too loud, because that could be one of the problems. But since it's not, since we're at a really good range, then this will tell me we're just really compressing too much. When we overly compress, we're pulling up all these existing frequencies. We're pushing them to the limit. We're removing the dynamics if we push the compressors too much. So you want to start dialing back dry and wets of the compressor, dialing back the ratios of the compressor. Like 4:1 is a good ratio for compression. If you start going, you know, like OTT, where it's infinite, we have to be very aware of how to preserve the dynamics and just how to navigate around pushing the compression to its maximum. Because we're going to get things like this. Remember, we don't want a wall of noise. Straight lines are not natural in the universe or in nature. Nothing's a straight line. We want waves. We want curves, curvature. Look at how much we've pushed this bass so it's basically clipped to the top. Remember, we like the sound. It's part of dubstep, but we have to find a balance. Balance the brick. Okay, we're good to go. Discord link is invalid. Is in the description, Caesar? Or what do you mean? Every time I try to add this invite link, it doesn't work for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on, really. This thing doesn't work, so I don't know why. I can't get a link anymore, but it just copies that text. So we're kind of in a caduffle, a contuffle. Does anyone have the Discord link? I think it's right here. I think we put it in the stream earlier. 1 second. Is this one invalid? Let me check. Okay, now that link works right there. Go ahead and in the chat, you can click that link and you'll be in the Discord. Cool. Good job, Go Dubs. Sexy Chick David Guetta, Go Dubs edit coming in very heavy. Up next now we have Wags in the Cold. Oh, full version 1_3. Okay. Yeah, it's going down. Wags up next. Whoa. Whoa. Turning off the low pass. Let's get it done. Wow. Oh my god. Holy shit, dude. Wax. Whoa. That was by far the best thing I've ever heard from you. I love to see this. It's almost like you're finding your sound. You know, I've heard so many songs submitted from you, so many complextro, fast songs, maybe some drum and bass. I remember you stepping into the dubstep, the heavier stuff, sound designing there. And I really feel like it's all coming together now. And this is something that formed out of that. This is really, really good, dude. And it feels new and fresh and futuristic. And it really feels like you're blending in so many amazing genres of our past. Like your chords that you're using, and we're bringing in like anime vibes and vibes from different parts of the earth all into one at a really fast pace. It sounds like the phrasing and everything is starting to come along, well structured. The basses and the bass design and the flow is cool. The way the chords keep coming in for the fills is just insane. This is just constant energy, constant new, constant fresh. It's honestly awesome, man. I'm really happy to hear this. The basses may be a little bit too loud. It's kind of something that I kept thinking the whole time, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like your outro is just crazy. It's just very professional. You know, stuff like this is almost impossible to recreate. It's something very original, and it's hard to speak on it because the amount of feelings that I get from it, I just can't put into words. And I love it, man. I just really love it. Good fucking job. In the Cold. Wags is going hard. He is becoming a monster out here. Good fucking job. Let's go ahead and look at his SoundCloud real quick. Okay. Yep. All that complextro stuff where you're going fast and changing, like you're starting to find a balance. Less is more, you know. Yours is extremely complex, lots of fast rhythmic changes and chord changes. It's just so much going on. But if you can find a balance and keep making stuff that sounds new and fresh and unique, it's going to change the game. This is good. File. Okay. That was a lot of energy. Very nice. Up next, we got Rip by Zess. Zays. You never know. You never know. Nice. Okay, cool. This is pretty decent. We have a nice little vibe that you're putting us in. Good melodic riff. It's like the basses are talking a lot and they have a lot of emotion and energy because of all the pitch changes. The like mix of it though, if you listen, it's like our main basses are kind of behind in the background of the mix. So they just feel like they're not as upfront and as bright as they should be, which can just easily be fixed with compression. This is a cool section. How we're building up and kind of changing the pitches as we go. I mean, things sound nice in the first drop. I can definitely hear people getting down to this like a festival or something. But in sections like this, it's really important that we start adding silence or making a fill or a break, because if not, it's just going to be constant loudness and it starts to decrease in energy over time. If this section, for example, right when the clap hits, has the sub removed and has most of the elements removed, we'll be able to get a nice impact back right when this restarts. And keep the energy high, keep it progressing. That pattern that I'm talking about, that's usually within a 4-bar phrase. So you want to look at your phrasing, try to insert some fills and silences. We need more energy in there for sure. The basses also are very harsh and abrasive. Same thing with the intro. You need to be careful with this sound design because we have to be EQing and removing harsh frequencies as we sound design. There's a really good plugin called Soothe VST, and it reduces harsh frequencies. Like it removes the harshness so your EQ doesn't have to. Soothe harshness so your EQ doesn't have to. Remove harshness from any sound source. This is really powerful, and it almost works just by itself. You just throw it on, it starts working, and you can change your settings too. It's just amazing. You can even rent to own it. So I really recommend everyone gets this because harsh frequencies start to build up over time once we compress them or layer other sounds with them. Our ears have their own EQ curve to them. So once you start going into audio engineering, you can see how our ears perceive frequencies. Perceive frequencies differently. So we have to be making sure that we adjust in our music so that it sounds nice. The curve helps explain why quieter music sounds less rich and full than louder music. Compensate differences in loudness throughout the spectrum. That's what we usually use it for. Compensate for differences in loudness throughout the spectrum. So important to start understanding and learning about all that stuff so that you can be really good at mixing and mastering as you go. And it'll make you a lot more professional. And very easy things to learn. Okay, cool. Good job. Rip. V-Talk, did you... This was a broken link. I don't think he sent a new one. Up next, we got Docs. Who's who? Let's run it. Docs.
Dogs.
Cool. This is pretty nice. This is a rhythm function, fun time. The song itself is pretty quiet, so the energy needs to be higher with a louder song. The songs that are comparable in this genre are around maybe -6 lefts. Some go as high as -3, you know. And you want to make sure that your song is loud. We want to be able to DJ it and mix it with other rhythm songs in the club or anywhere else, and yours cannot be super quiet compared to all the other songs in the genre. We also have good flow, by the way, good flow, good sound design. Once things get louder, we'll be able to start to really feel all the good things that you did. The drop itself sounds a little bit empty though, like we have the correct elements, but maybe we need 1 or 2 more elements just to really increase interest, make it even cooler. You know, when I listen to a lot of rhythm and stuff, I try to pay attention to all the little small details that they'll put in to just make things differently. Like, let's listen to this real quick. So like in sections like this, right when the snare hits, you can add like another bass that has a long delay tail, like a rhythm bass, long delay tail, metallic tail. So we go boom, 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 and like we're going now back and forth with a new movement. It kind of exaggerates that downbeat on the snare and makes it even more powerful, and it adds more bounce, more groove, while at the same time adding this cool delay tail. It sounds real rhythmy, and you can have fun with stuff like that. Start listening to reference tracks so that you can see all the cool, unique things, because that's just one example. There's like so many different cool things that you can do. Get inspired. And towards the end, we're getting repetitive on the second drop. Towards the end, all this repeating. So you want to start switching up some flows, make sure that it doesn't get repetitive over here. And the transitions from the drop to like this, I don't know what this is, like a vocal, filtered vocal. This isn't in time or anything, like all the timing stops. We stop dancing. It's a very abrupt transition from when we were dancing. We need to make sure that there's somehow a transition with rhythm and flow into this so we can keep dancing. We don't want people to stop. And then the transition back to the dancing feels abrupt because of how this is off time. So middle of the song and intro, feeling off time, feeling a little bit awkward with the transition to the drop. That's it. Otherwise, this is good. Very nice, very rhythmy. I did a couple bass faces during this because I just kept hearing cool sound design and cool flow, and I imagine things in the club, and I think it would be cool. Also, make sure you check it in mono. Test your mix in mono. Make sure that no problems occur and it's still beefy and awesome in mono. Okay, very nice, very good, very good. That's Doc's Who's Who. Next in line, got Matthew Pearson. Darkness. is coming. B. Oh, B. Darkness is coming. Let's get it done.
These are dark times, there is no denying.
What if I'm becoming bad?
You're not a bad person. You're a very good person. We've all got both light and dark inside us. What matters is the part we choose to act on. That's who we really are.
But you know, happiness can be found even in the darkest of time. One only remembers to turn on the light.
Our world has perhaps faced no greater threat than it does today.
Something's gone wrong inside me.
Hey. Here, look. Harry. Harry Potter.
Defend your liberty and repel the forces that seek to take it from you.
I need to get going.
What the hell is this thing? It's no scurus. So it begins.
Dark and difficult times lie ahead.
It's no scurus.
Soon we must all face the choice between what is right and what is evil.
Oh, okay. Darkness is coming. You know, the intro, you really had me. It sounds pretty good. We got a nice little story being told.
This thing.
It is really quiet, but there's a vibe being set here.
This is the part we choose.
If I'm
But as soon as we get to this drop, man, this is becoming very worrisome.
So it begins.
This does not sound like a drop for many different reasons. I can really start to go down the list here, but stay with me. There's a lot of different things that need to be improved here so that we can dance to it. Right now, there's no energy, so we're not able to really get any movement out of this. It sounds very random and erratic, and the reasons are because there's not really any structure or flow going on. It's just different sounds playing. All of the elements as well, like drums, basses, hi-hats, they're all very small, very weak, and very quiet. So we're not getting any power or any impact from any of the main elements. These are important in dance music. You have to be loud. Right now, your song is very, very quiet, -16 LUFS. So overall, we have to turn it up a lot just to listen to it. And even when we do turn it up, things are still very quiet. So that is a big issue. Layering is important to get things loud. Compression and saturation is important to get things loud. And then you want to practice phrasing, call and response, and fill. I have videos on call and response, so just Google Dripment call and response, and you'll be able to see those videos. And, you know, you just do proper timing, 4 bars, 8 bars, and you loop 4 bars, and you loop 8 bars. And that's how we start making proper dance music. That is about it. That's the main thing. On top of that, you need to just practice sound design and practice music theory, sharpen your skills so that you can overall do this very easily as well. Things will become a lot easier once you get good at sound design and music theory. It's always a good time. But yeah, if you have any questions about that, just hit me up. Let me know. I'll help you out with any questions. DM me on Instagram or Discord. I got you. Next in line, we got Bryce Vine by Rick. You sent your new submission here, so I got the most recent one. I believe, yep, drip test. Okay, we'll double check right now. Yes, sir. We got it here. Let's get it done. Hey.
I don't wanna think about anything at all. I just wanna run around doing what I want with a pretty ass girl and a slow jam and some Sour Patch Kids and a Coke. I just wanna go. I don't wanna think about anything at all. I just wanna run around doing what I want with a pretty ass girl and a slow jam and some Sour Patch Kids and a Coke. I just wanna go. I don't wanna worry about nothing for a while. I just wanna play around, living like a child with. Don't wanna think about anything at all. I just wanna run around doing what I want with a pretty ass girl and a slow jam and some Sour Patch Kids and a Coke. I just wanna go back to old school, old news, no rules, fresh prints, cartoons, good raps, no tracks. I'm not trying to be funny, I'm just trying to be honest. Pack lunch, school crush, bus home and play Sonic. I have been there, I have done that, made my mark up on them sound. It's stupid, I've been a menace and a clown. Wow, I'm chilling, watching Rocco's Modern Living, wishing I could find a way to bring back music television. No more Jersey Shore and whoring or horribly boring versions of shows from Great Britain. They're written with no vision. Well, damn, so fuck it, I'll be right back. Pay my tribute to the past. You can all just kiss my ass for a sign. I don't wanna worry about nothing for a while. I just wanna play around, living like a child with tunes, swimming on my Walkman. And some Sour Patch Kids and a Coke, yeah. I don't wanna think about anything at all. I just wanna run around doing what I want with a pretty ass girl and a slow jam and some Sour Patch Kids and a Coke, yeah.
All right, cool. This is a Bryce Vine. Bryce Vine? Bryce Vine by Rig. All right, cool. Honestly, this song is all over the place, and there's not really much to dance to. The melodics feel random, so the amount of emotion and feelings I'm getting is very minimal. And this vocal is like, it's almost annoying. Like, it's almost to the point where it sounds very just, I don't know, unprofessional. Like, I'm really wondering where you got this vocal. It sounds like you just ripped it off of a YouTube video or something, or like it is from a TikTok or something. I mean, the lyrics and the vibe that he's giving off is just very off. It's very weird. Plus, we don't have proper phrasing and structure, so the vocals will be clashing with the basses, and sometimes the melodics will be clashing with the basses. Everything's just playing at the same time, and there's no space for our elements to breathe. We're trying to like shine the spotlight on the lead, which might be the vocal, or the bass, which could be in the drop. But if everything tries to take the spotlight, if everything starts singing at once, it's going to be an issue. And that happens in many different sections of your song. Also, keep in mind too, the timing of everything. If you look at your drop, it's only about 16 bars in length, which is very short compared to how much we're listening to everything else, like the intro and this breakdown and the ending. The breakdown itself and the intro are very, very empty. We only have a vocal and a kick, and on top of that, the vocal is very quiet and sounds almost filtered away and in the background rather than being up front. There's a lot of vocal processing that needs to be done here. I mean, we can barely hear the vocal. It should be up front and center. It feels like it's being drowned in audio effects right now, which is placing it more in the background. we'll be doing parallel processing to get that cut through the mix real good. We haven't even talked about how quiet the song is. It's extremely quiet, and you can visually see that we have headroom here up top. I'm not too sure if you're leaving your mix turned down or if you're like trying to preserve headroom for some reason, but you don't need to. We need to make things as loud as possible, and we're not going to be sending them to like a mastering engineer or anything. So you can just mix and master as you go very easily and efficiently. And I will be showing you how to do that. In the second drop, it gets pretty erratic here. We have lots of clashing rhythms and flows, which is becoming hard to listen to. Plus, on top of that, we randomly transition to this like melodic chord section at the end, and all of it just feels a bit random. So less is more, for real. And we'll be able to easily get into your project and look into things. I know you have a lesson later, so we'll be getting down and checking off all these boxes, you know. But yes, if you have any questions, just let me know. Hit me up, please. And we're going to be sure to check out that vocal. Remember, that vocal, we need to know what he's singing in. He's kind of singing, so we have to know if he's what scale he's singing in and make sure that we match his scale with the scale that we're writing in. We'll be checking all those things too. But yep, cool. Nicely done. Nicely done. Bryce Vine, rig. Next up, we got log time. Log time. Let's get it done. Give me one moment. Logs up next time. Run that thing.
What is time?
A deceptively simple question, yet it is the key to understanding relativity.
Hey.
When we describe motion, we do so as a function of time. The mathematical description of velocity is moot, unless we can define time. Throughout the galaxy. In other words, future, not a stubborn illusion. Understanding time. Present and future. Future.
Are you still too busy contemplating the secrets of the cosmos? Are you still too busy? Are you still too busy? Are you still too busy contemplating the secrets of the cosmos to solve this equation?
Oh, no, sir, I've already solved it. That is not an objective reason.
Equation.
The answer, my friend, is not absolute.
Log.
Past, present, and future is but a stubborn illusion.
Wow. That was really cool. Time. Man, that vocal's playing such a heavy role, talking about the cosmos and shit, and the tone of his voice is just epic, you know, and you have good phrasing, good flow in the drop, nice sound design, great dynamics. Towards the second drop, it almost feels like you're doing too many breaks and too many fills, and we're veering away from our main bass too much. So it starts to feel a little bit off in the second drop. Also in the second drop right before it is the vocal that is almost overextended. It disrupts the flow, disrupts the energy, and disrupts the transition into the second drop. So the vocal being off is really causing an issue here. So you want to make sure that vocal is perfect. It starts looping, and that's when it starts.
Are you still too busy? Are you still too busy?
So you just want to check the timing on all that. The fake out in the first drop, like we almost go silent here. Timing feels very off. The fake out comes in very randomly, and it also disrupts the energy that we just built in the buildup. We need that buildup energy to transition perfectly into this fake out, and the fake out is meant to increase the energy even higher. And then boom, you get hit with that drop and everyone goes like a crazy. Great job, Log. Killing the game. Good. Nicely done. So fun, man. You guys are really coming in with the heat today. It's just so nice. Can't wait till I start my radio station, 99.9. Drip Von Drippington III. Up next, we got Lazy. FTD. We have an eyeball in space. Space eyeball. UFOs, Nike Air Jordans. Dude, this dude's eyeball's balling out. He's dripped out. You know what it is.
Slow flow woman. So fresh. I get down.
Boy. That was pretty fresh to death. We're gonna run that back. It's really cool the way you're increasing the energy, going back to this super dynamic call. Really good fills. Great dynamics. This is cool. We're almost getting to the point where it's changing too much. We really want to be careful not to sound like we're just playing different presets. We want them all to sound like they live in a family, like they live in the same house. If you simply have like an audio effect rack that's on each bass, kind of gluing them together because they have this similar processing, little tricks like that can help to have more cohesion in the drop, which I think may be needed here. We're veering the edge of having too much changes and them not sounding similar enough. I mean, but the flow though and the dynamics, just amazing. Great dance. It's very psychedelic. Cool sound design. I think it's nice.
Slow.
There needs to be a rhythmic foundation here. So like hats, you know, something to, so that the DJs can mix into. We need some type of rhythm, kicks, hats, shaker loops, anything, so that record box knows what's good in the hood and that it's DJ friendly. Ooh, DJ friendly. Very nice. We're going to check if anyone with a broken link resubmitted theirs. Doesn't look like it. All the next ones will be in the next stream. I am a busy guy today, so I have to get off right now, but I really thank you guys for watching and listening to everyone's cool music. If you want to be featured in the stream and you want to get feedback at the same time, just submit it in my Discord. We're going to get down and listen to all the frequencies together every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Drip Battle will be every Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you guys there. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And new videos going to be coming soon. Stay fresh, keep it real, and peace out.